The Sun's transit through Pisces in 2025 marks an incredibly intricate and spiritually significant period in the astrological calendar. From March 14th to April 14th, this transit brings with it profound energy shifts, heightened sensitivity, and a deep focus on spirituality, creativity, and self-reflection. It is essential to note that these interpretations are based on Sidereal or Vedic Astrology, which accounts for the approximately 24-degree difference with the tropical Zodiac. As the Sun, the planet of vitality, authority, and self-expression, journeys through Pisces, the 12th sign of the Zodiac, it highlights themes of isolation, hidden talents, otherworldly dimensions, and spiritual pursuits. Governed by Jupiter, Pisces is synonymous with introspection, imagination, and dissolution of boundaries. The significance of this transit is amplified by a series of astrological events and planetary alignments occurring during this time. The Sun's entry into Pisces coincides with a total lunar eclipse on March 14th in Leo, particularly in the Uttara Phalguni Nakshatra. This sets the stage for a period of emotional intensity, spiritual exploration, and potential challenges. Eclipses are known for their transformative power, often revealing hidden truths and prompting necessary but difficult changes. The lunar eclipse underscores the importance of balancing personal desires with collective responsibilities, and it invites a deeper understanding of one's spiritual and emotional needs. Adding to the complexity, a solar eclipse will occur on March 29th, accompanied by a new moon in Pisces and a stellium of 6 planets in the sign. This rare configuration involves the Sun, Moon, Saturn, Mercury, Venus, and Rahu converging in Pisces, creating an intense concentration of Piscean energy. The presence of Saturn and Rahu in conjunction with the Sun during this period introduces an added layer of challenges. Saturn's influence emphasizes discipline, karmic lessons, and the necessity of patience, while Rahu's unpredictable nature brings innovation, chaos, and disruptions. The stellium magnifies the themes of Pisces, urging individuals to confront their innermost fears, explore their spiritual potential, and embrace change with resilience. One of the key aspects of this transit is the influence of Venus and Mercury in Pisces. Venus, exalted in Pisces, is retrograde until April 13th, bringing themes of reevaluation in relationships, finances, and creative pursuits. Its eventual direct motion enhances its benefic qualities, promoting harmony, compassion, and artistic expression. Mercury, also transiting Pisces and retrograding from March 15th to April 7th, invites a re-examination of communication, thoughts, and decision-making processes. The mutual exchange between Jupiter in Taurus and Venus in Pisces further strengthens the energies of these planets, fostering opportunities for growth, wisdom, and abundance despite the underlying challenges. The transit's impact is further shaped by the role of eclipses and the presence of Rahu and Ketu. With Rahu in Pisces and Ketu in Virgo, the axis of illusion and clarity comes into focus. The Sun's proximity to Rahu during this period creates an eclipse-like effect, overshadowing the Sun's natural qualities of clarity, confidence, and authority. This can lead to confusion, delays, and power struggles, particularly in areas ruled by the Sun in one's natal chart. The Gandanta period, occurring as the Sun transitions from Pisces to Aries, adds to the instability, marking a karmic knot that requires spiritual surrender and acceptance. On a personal level, the Sun's transit through Pisces highlights the house Pisces occupies in one's natal chart, bringing focus and transformation to those specific areas of life. Whether it's career, relationships, or health, the energy of Pisces encourages a spiritual and imaginative approach to addressing challenges. Individuals may find themselves drawn to meditation, creative pursuits, or acts of compassion during this time. However, the influence of Saturn, Rahu, and the eclipses calls for prudence in decision-making and a readiness to adapt to unforeseen circumstances. Globally, this period is likely to bring significant shifts in political, economic, and environmental landscapes. Pisces' mutable nature, combined with the influence of Saturn and Rahu, suggests a time of instability and change. Governments and institutions may face challenges related to leadership, transparency, and public welfare. Financial markets could experience volatility, driven by Rahu's unpredictable influence and the combined effects of eclipses. Environmental events such as floods or storms may be more likely due to Pisces' association with water and Saturn's grounding influence. Despite the challenges, this transit offers immense potential for spiritual growth and inner transformation. Pisces' energy encourages individuals to let go of past attachments, embrace their inner wisdom, and align with higher consciousness. It's a time to prioritize self-care, connect with nature, and seek guidance through meditation or spiritual practices. The stellium in Pisces, though intense, serves as a powerful reminder of the interconnectedness of all beings and the importance of compassion and empathy in navigating life's complexities. As the Sun completes its transit in Pisces and moves into Aries, the energy shifts from introspection to action. Aries, the Sun's exaltation sign, brings renewed vitality, confidence, and momentum, offering a sense of relief and clarity after the challenges of Pisces. However, until then, it's crucial to approach this period with patience, mindfulness, and a willingness to embrace the unknown. The sun is regarded as the symbolic representation of our soul. Wherever the sun goes in transit for 1 month, our soul and our focus go into things related to that house. A person will feel gravitated, motivated, or even forced to take up things related to the house where the sun is moving. To accurately assess the impact of these transits, it is crucial to consider your ascendant and moon signs. The ascendant sign offers insights into the timing of life events, while the moon sign reveals how you will emotionally respond to these changes. Take into account the position of your current Maha-dasha lord in your birth chart, as it can shed light on how these transits will influence the recurring themes of your current dasha period. This transit may manifest differently for each individual, and how they navigate this transit will depend on their personal charts. A more precise understanding of the impact of this transit can be gained by examining the Sun's Ashtaka score in Pisces. Keep in mind that the effects of this transit are contingent on Sun's interaction with the planets in individual birth charts. It's also worth noting that individuals currently experiencing the influence of Sun dasha periods may feel the effects of this transit more intensely. To understand how this transit may affect you based on your zodiac sign and the houses it transits, let's delve into those specifics. For Aries, the Sun's transit into Pisces activates the 12th house, a domain linked with spirituality, isolation, foreign connections, and hidden aspects of life. As the lord of the 5th house, the Sun governs intellect, creativity, romance, and speculative ventures. This transition into the 12th house signifies a period where your focus will shift towards introspection, foreign opportunities, and deep spiritual insights. The 12th house represents solitude, losses, hidden enemies, and spiritual retreats, urging you to take a step back from the material world and reflect on your personal growth and inner self. The Sun's presence in Pisces, a water sign known for its dreamy and intuitive nature, enhances your spiritual inclinations. You may feel drawn toward mystical experiences, meditation, and self-discovery. This period may spark an interest in esoteric sciences, astrology, or foreign cultures. It is an excellent time to explore philosophical perspectives, engage in charitable activities, or even plan travel to spiritual places. Your creative faculties will be stimulated, making this a great period for artistic endeavors like painting, writing, or music. However, since the 12th house also governs losses and expenses, you should be mindful of financial decisions and avoid impulsive spending. This transit could bring unexpected expenses related to foreign travels, higher education, or healthcare. If you are planning to pursue studies abroad, this period is highly favorable. Students may discover new subjects that intrigue them, particularly those related to psychology, space exploration, or spiritual teachings. However, for some, this placement may create difficulties in education, leading to a loss of interest, or even a possibility of dropping out. It is crucial to remain focused and disciplined to navigate these challenges effectively. The influence of this transit on love relationships is significant. The Sun, ruling the 5th house of romance, transiting the 12th house, indicates that some Aries individuals may experience misunderstandings or emotional distance in their relationships. If you are in a committed relationship, be mindful of communication gaps that could lead to conflicts. On the other hand, if you are single, there is a chance of developing a romantic connection with someone from a foreign land or a person living far away from you. Some might also find themselves entangled in secret love affairs, but such relationships could come with complications. Professionally, this transit is not ideal for seeking recognition or career growth in the public eye. Instead, it is more suited for behind-the-scenes work, research, or preparation for future endeavors. Those working in multinational companies, hospitals, spiritual organizations, or import-export businesses may find this period particularly fruitful. Some Aries individuals might receive an opportunity to work abroad or collaborate with foreign clients. However, the 12th house's association with isolation suggests that work environments may feel lonely or detached. It is important to maintain a balance between professional responsibilities and personal well-being. Health-wise, the Sun in the 12th house may bring issues related to the eyes, sleep disturbances, headaches, or stress-related ailments. Insomnia or vivid dreams may become frequent due to the spiritual activation of this house. Engaging in yoga, meditation, and proper sleep hygiene will be beneficial during this time. Since the Sun is also aspecting the 6th house, which governs health and enemies, there could be a heightened need to take care of your immunity and avoid unnecessary conflicts. If there are pending legal matters or disputes, they may become more active during this period. Stay cautious and try to resolve issues amicably. Financially, the 12th house represents expenses and losses, which means you may witness an increase in expenditures. These could be related to travel, education, medical treatments, or charitable causes. While this transit encourages generosity and selfless service, it is important to manage your finances wisely and avoid taking unnecessary loans. Investments should be made cautiously, and speculative ventures like gambling or stock trading may not yield favorable results at this time. The transit of the Sun in Pisces also brings its impact on family life. You may feel emotionally distant from your loved ones, or responsibilities toward elderly family members may increase. The relationship with your father might require attention, as the Sun represents paternal figures. If any health concerns exist in the family, particularly related to the father, this is a time to provide support and care. Similarly, your relationship with siblings or colleagues may face minor disturbances, requiring patience and open communication. As Saturn also moves into the 12th house in March, the intensity of this period is amplified. The combination of the Sun and Saturn in the 12th house may bring a sense of duty and responsibility towards spiritual matters, foreign dealings, or hidden obstacles. It is a period of karmic lessons, where past actions may come into play, leading to significant realizations and transformations. Venus, which is exalted in Pisces during this time, adds a layer of creative inspiration and emotional depth, making this a great period for artistic pursuits and personal healing. For Aries individuals involved in business, especially in the import-export or foreign trade sectors, this transit can bring new opportunities. However, those running local businesses may experience temporary stagnation or reduced profits. It is advisable to strategize and avoid hasty decisions. Partnerships and collaborations should be carefully evaluated, as misunderstandings could arise due to hidden agendas or miscommunication. Despite the challenges, this transit holds immense potential for self-growth and transformation. The Sun, representing the soul's journey, in the 12th house of dissolution, signifies the need to let go of old patterns, beliefs, or attachments that no longer serve you. It is a time of inner purification, preparing you for a new chapter of life. Embracing solitude, self-reflection, and spiritual practices will help you navigate this period with clarity and wisdom. Overall, the Sun's transit in Pisces for Aries individuals is a time of introspection, spiritual growth, and behind-the-scenes work. While it may bring some financial constraints, relationship challenges, and emotional distance, it also offers opportunities for personal transformation and creative expression. By embracing the lessons of this period, you can pave the way for a more fulfilling and enlightened path ahead. Focus on self-improvement, maintain financial discipline, and nurture your spiritual side to make the most of this transit. For Taurus, the Sun's transit into Pisces will activate your 11th house, bringing notable changes in your social life, financial gains, aspirations, and professional networks. As the ruler of your 4th house, which governs home, family, emotions, and property, the Sun's presence in your 11th house creates a unique interplay between your domestic sphere and your external ambitions. This period is expected to be filled with opportunities for personal and professional expansion, as well as the fulfillment of long-standing desires. The 11th house governs material gains, friendships, networking, and social connections. With the Sun illuminating this area, you are likely to see an increase in recognition, financial profits, and support from influential people. You may form new alliances that help you advance your career or business, and collaborations with well-established individuals could bring long-term benefits. Your social network will play a crucial role in shaping your aspirations and helping you achieve them. The presence of multiple planets in Pisces, including Rahu, Venus, Mercury, and later Saturn, makes this transit even more significant. Rahu, a planet known for amplifying desires and pushing boundaries, will create an intense drive to achieve your goals. However, it is important to remain grounded and not get carried away by illusions or overambitious pursuits. This period requires careful decision-making, as Rahu's influence can sometimes lead to impulsive actions or unrealistic expectations. If you stay disciplined and focus on strategic planning, you will be able to make the most of this transit. Financially, the Sun's transit in your 11th house is a positive period for gains and earnings. You may see an increase in profits from past investments, particularly in real estate, property dealings, or vehicles. If you are planning to buy or sell property, this could be an ideal time, as the alignment of the 4th and 11th houses indicates financial success from real estate transactions. Your mother or other family members may play a role in financial gains during this period. Gifts, inheritances, or financial support from your mother could come your way, but her health may require attention. Ensure she receives the necessary care and support. The Sun's presence in the 11th house also signifies fulfillment of desires and long-term goals. If you have been working towards a specific ambition, this is a time when you may see tangible results. Whether it's securing a dream job, expanding your business, or gaining recognition in your field, this period will be rewarding. However, Venus retrograde motion until April 13th suggests that some delays or reevaluations may be necessary before achieving the final outcome. It is advisable to remain patient and avoid rushing into decisions, especially in financial matters. On a personal level, your relationships with friends and social circles will become more active. You will find yourself engaging with influential people, attending social events, or participating in networking activities that can enhance your personal and professional life. However, Rahu's presence can bring misunderstandings or conflicts within your friendships. Be mindful of your communication and avoid unnecessary disputes. Transparency and honesty will be key to maintaining strong connections. The Sun's direct aspect on the 5th house, which governs children, romance, and creativity, brings a positive influence in these areas. If you are a student, this period will enhance your focus and performance in academics. Those preparing for government exams or competitive fields may find success during this time. Couples looking to conceive may receive positive news, as the 11th house represents expansion, and the Sun's aspect on the 5th house signifies fertility and growth. For those in romantic relationships, this transit fosters warmth and passion, but ego clashes or a dominating attitude should be kept in check to avoid conflicts. For married individuals, this period strengthens the bond with your spouse. However, there may be occasional disagreements due to a rigid or authoritative approach. Being flexible and understanding will help in maintaining harmony. If you are single, this transit could bring new romantic opportunities, possibly through social networks or mutual friends. However, Rahu's influence suggests that caution is needed to avoid getting involved in misleading or superficial relationships. Professionally, this is a powerful time for recognition and advancement. Your innovative ideas and leadership qualities will be noticed by seniors and colleagues. If you are in a creative or technology-driven field, this transit will enhance your ability to think outside the box and implement groundbreaking ideas. Government employees and those working in administration may receive promotions or special recognition. If you own a business, this period will bring financial success, and networking with influential individuals will lead to beneficial partnerships. There is also a possibility of traveling for business, which could bring profitable opportunities. The solar eclipse on March 29th in Pisces will be a pivotal moment in this transit. Eclipses often bring sudden shifts or revelations, and this one could prompt you to reassess your goals, social connections, or financial plans. Pay attention to any insights or changes that arise during this time, as they may guide you toward a more fulfilling path. Similarly, the lunar eclipse in Leo on March 14th could highlight issues related to balancing your personal and professional life, prompting you to make necessary adjustments. Health-wise, this transit generally provides good energy and motivation, but the conjunction of the Sun with Rahu may cause occasional stress, anxiety, or minor health concerns. Pay attention to your mental and emotional well-being, as the Sun's presence in Pisces can sometimes bring sensitivity or mood fluctuations. Digestive issues or stomach-related discomfort may arise, so maintaining a healthy diet and staying hydrated will be important. On a broader scale, this transit encourages Taurus individuals to blend practicality with imagination. While you are naturally grounded and methodical, the influence of Pisces in your 11th house invites you to dream bigger and take creative approaches to achieve your aspirations. This is a time to embrace new possibilities while staying connected to your foundational values. Whether in career, finance, or personal life, this period offers substantial growth, provided you make thoughtful and strategic decisions. Overall, the Sun's transit into Pisces will be a highly influential period for Taurus individuals, bringing financial success, social expansion, and professional recognition. By balancing ambition with wisdom and maintaining harmonious relationships, you will be able to make the most of this powerful transit. For Gemini, the Sun's transit into Pisces is set to have a profound impact on their professional life, ambitions, and overall status in society. This transit activates your 10th house, which governs career, reputation, and authority, bringing dynamic shifts in how you approach your work and the opportunities that come your way. Since the Sun is the ruler of your 3rd house, which represents effort, communication, willpower, courage, and short travels, its movement into the 10th house signifies that your career progress will largely depend on your self-initiated efforts. During this period, you will likely find yourself highly motivated to push forward in your career. The Sun in the 10th house provides directional strength, which means your efforts will be recognized, and your reputation will likely improve. If you have been working hard on a project, expect acknowledgement from superiors or public recognition. Those in leadership positions will feel a stronger sense of authority and responsibility, while employees might find themselves entrusted with greater responsibilities. Your work ethic and ability to take initiative will play a crucial role in your professional growth. The presence of multiple planetary influences in your 10th house will make this transit even more impactful. With Venus exalted in Pisces, your professional endeavors will have a creative and diplomatic edge. This is a favorable time for those working in the arts, entertainment, or communication industries, as Venus enhances your charm and persuasive abilities. The presence of Mercury, the ruler of Gemini, adds intellectual sharpness, making you more articulate and strategic in your career moves. However, the Sun's conjunction with Rahu may bring some unpredictability in professional matters. While you may gain sudden opportunities, there could also be confusion or deception in dealings with authority figures. Be cautious of making impulsive career decisions, and verify the credibility of any new professional proposals. For those seeking employment, this period presents a strong chance of securing a job, especially in fields related to communication, media, government services, or technology. If you are involved in business, networking will be key to success. Collaborations and business partnerships may yield positive results, but due diligence is necessary to avoid miscalculations. Entrepreneurs may find this a good time to expand their ventures, though they should be wary of potential obstacles caused by Rahu's influence. The Sun's transit also indicates possible work-related travel. Short business trips may prove beneficial, and some individuals might receive opportunities to relocate for career advancement. If you are looking to expand your career internationally, this transit supports efforts in that direction. Your ability to assert yourself and take bold steps will be crucial in achieving your professional goals. You may find yourself engaging in negotiations, making presentations, or actively networking to further your career aspirations. Financially, this transit can bring both gains and expenditures. The activation of your 10th house means that promotions, salary hikes, or new income sources are possible. However, since Rahu is also present in Pisces, unexpected expenses may arise, possibly related to business investments, property matters, or sudden career shifts. Avoid making impulsive financial decisions and focus on long-term stability. Those involved in the stock market or speculative investments should exercise caution, as market fluctuations could impact earnings. On a personal level, the Sun's transit in Pisces will test your ability to balance work and relationships. Since the 10th house represents duties and responsibilities, you may find yourself prioritizing professional commitments over family matters. This could create tensions, especially if you neglect personal relationships. Make a conscious effort to spend quality time with loved ones and communicate effectively to avoid misunderstandings. The 3rd house also represents siblings, and since its ruler is moving into the 10th house, there may be significant developments in your sibling relationships. You could collaborate with a sibling on a professional project or provide them with guidance in their career path. Alternatively, minor conflicts may arise, so maintaining a diplomatic approach will be beneficial. Health-wise, the Sun's transit in Pisces calls for caution. While the Sun in the 10th house grants vitality and resilience, Rahu's influence can cause fluctuations in energy levels. You may experience stress-related issues due to increased work pressure, so prioritizing relaxation techniques such as meditation or yoga will be beneficial. Be mindful of potential issues related to the heart, blood pressure, or general immunity, as these could be aggravated if work stress is not managed properly. Pay attention to diet and exercise to maintain overall well-being. Pisces is a deeply introspective and mystical sign, and the Sun's presence here encourages you to contemplate your larger purpose in life. You may feel drawn toward philosophical or spiritual pursuits, using this time to realign your career goals with your core values. This is an excellent period for self-reflection, allowing you to reassess whether your current professional path aligns with your true ambitions. Students and individuals preparing for competitive exams will find this transit supportive, particularly those pursuing careers in law, administration, political science, or research. The combination of the Sun's authoritative nature and Pisces' intellectual depth will enhance focus and drive. Those involved in creative studies, such as literature or design, may experience breakthroughs in their academic pursuits. As the transit progresses, you may notice changes in your relationship with authority figures. Whether in the workplace or personal life, interactions with superiors, government officials, or influential people will take focus. While the Sun grants confidence, avoid arrogance or overconfidence, as this could lead to conflicts with those in power. Practicing humility and adaptability will ensure that you navigate this period successfully. For those engaged in public service, politics, or high-ranking government positions, this transit brings significant opportunities to enhance your stature. Your words and actions will carry weight, and you may find yourself in situations where leadership and decision-making skills are tested. The way you handle responsibilities now will have a long-lasting impact on your reputation. Overall, the Sun's transit in Pisces promises a period of career growth, recognition, and ambition for Gemini individuals. Your ability to channel your efforts strategically will determine the extent of your success. With multiple planetary influences in your 10th house, this is a golden opportunity to make significant strides in your professional journey. However, balancing work and personal life, maintaining financial prudence, and managing stress levels will be crucial in maximizing the benefits of this transit. Stay focused, embrace leadership opportunities, and remain adaptable to changes, as this period sets the foundation for long-term career stability and personal growth. For Cancer, the Sun's transit into Pisces on March 14th brings a significant shift, as it activates the 9th house of higher learning, spirituality, long-distance travel, and philosophical pursuits. This period will encourage you to broaden your horizons and explore new perspectives, whether through travel, education, or spiritual experiences. The 9th house is associated with expansion, and with the Sun illuminating this area of life, you may feel a strong urge to seek knowledge, explore different belief systems, and develop a deeper understanding of the world. As the ruler of your 2nd house, the Sun governs your wealth, family, speech, and values. With its transit through your 9th house, you may find that financial resources are directed toward education, travel, or spiritual pursuits. This could mean investing in higher education, spending money on travel plans, or even donating to religious or charitable causes. If you have been considering taking up a new course of study, now is an excellent time to enroll in programs that expand your intellectual and spiritual awareness. You may feel a stronger inclination to discuss philosophical and religious topics, as the 2nd house of speech connects with the 9th house of wisdom. One of the major themes of this transit is your relationship with your father or father-like figures. You may receive valuable guidance from them during this time, and their support could prove crucial in shaping your path. However, there could also be some tension or ego clashes in these relationships, so it is essential to approach conversations with patience and humility. The 9th house also governs mentors, teachers, and gurus, so seeking advice from knowledgeable individuals can help you make informed decisions about your career, studies, or spiritual growth. Travel is strongly indicated during this period. Whether for religious pilgrimages, academic pursuits, or professional opportunities, you may find yourself embarking on long-distance journeys that bring transformative experiences. If you have been considering relocating for education or work, this transit may open doors to such possibilities. However, with Rahu also present in Pisces, there is a need to exercise caution and discernment, as Rahu's influence can sometimes create illusions or misleading opportunities. It is advisable to research thoroughly before making any significant travel or relocation decisions. Career-wise, the Sun's transit through the 9th house can bring new opportunities for expansion. If your work involves publishing, teaching, law, or international affairs, this is a particularly favorable time for professional growth. You may find yourself gaining recognition for your knowledge and expertise, and this could lead to promotions, collaborations, or even foreign assignments. However, the presence of Rahu in the 9th house suggests that while opportunities will arise, they may come with unexpected challenges. Being adaptable and strategic will help you make the most of these situations. In terms of relationships, this transit encourages meaningful connections with people who share your values and interests. You may find yourself drawn to individuals who inspire you intellectually and spiritually. If you are in a relationship, this is a great time to explore new experiences together, such as traveling or engaging in joint learning activities. However, be mindful of any tendencies toward arrogance or self-righteousness, as the Sun's energy can sometimes manifest as an inflated sense of self-importance. Financially, the transit of the Sun in the 9th house indicates both spending and earning potential. You may invest in education, travel, or spiritual pursuits, which could require a significant financial outlay. However, these investments are likely to bring long-term benefits. If you are involved in business or self-employment, this is a period where networking and expanding your reach can yield profitable results. Avoid impulsive financial decisions, especially those influenced by Rahu's presence, as they may not be as promising as they initially seem. Health-wise, this transit supports overall well-being, particularly in terms of mental and spiritual health. The Sun in Pisces enhances your connection with your inner self, making it an excellent time for practices such as meditation, yoga, and mindfulness. However, be mindful of overexertion or stress, especially if you are traveling frequently. Rahu's influence can sometimes lead to restlessness or a tendency to overcommit, so it is essential to maintain a balanced lifestyle and prioritize self-care. This combination can bring about a shift in your perception of life's purpose. You may develop a more philosophical or spiritual outlook, questioning old beliefs and seeking deeper truths. However, this conjunction can also create confusion, making it crucial to rely on trusted sources of wisdom and avoid getting swayed by misleading ideologies. On the positive side, this conjunction can significantly boost your public influence, making it a favorable time for those in leadership roles, politics, or media. The Sun's aspect on the third house enhances your confidence and communication skills. If you are involved in writing, speaking, or media-related professions, this transit can help you gain visibility and recognition. You may find yourself more willing to express your ideas and take initiative in professional and personal matters. Competitors or rivals in your workplace may face setbacks, allowing you to make significant progress in your career. Those working in fields like journalism, teaching, or motivational speaking can particularly benefit from this transit. Students will find this period favorable for academic success. If you are pursuing higher education or preparing for competitive exams, you are likely to experience a boost in motivation and focus. The ninth house's influence supports intellectual growth and the pursuit of knowledge, making this a great time to set ambitious academic goals. Students aspiring to study abroad or apply for visas may find this transit working in their favor, as it enhances opportunities for foreign connections and educational pursuits. This period also brings some challenges, particularly concerning the health of your father or elderly family members. If they have existing health concerns, it is advisable to monitor their condition closely and ensure they receive proper medical attention. The Sun's conjunction with Saturn and later Rahu suggests that responsibilities toward your family may increase, requiring you to balance your personal and professional life effectively. Overall, the Sun's transit in Pisces for Cancer individuals is a period of expansion, learning, and personal growth. This is a time to embrace opportunities for travel, education, and spiritual exploration. While challenges may arise, particularly in financial and familial matters, the key lies in maintaining a balanced approach and seeking guidance from trusted mentors. By focusing on long-term growth and avoiding impulsive decisions, you can make the most of this transit and lay the foundation for a prosperous and fulfilling future. For Leo, the transit of the Sun into Pisces on March 14th marks a highly transformative phase. The Sun, as the ruler of your first house, governs your personality, self-confidence, health, and overall life direction. When it moves into Pisces, your 8th house, its energy gets directed toward themes of deep transformation, hidden matters, secrets, research, and the occult. The 8th house is known for its unpredictability, bringing forth both challenges and opportunities. This transit urges you to embrace inner growth, adaptability, and spiritual evolution while navigating sudden changes in life. The first and foremost impact of this transit will be on your identity and personal outlook. As the Sun moves through the 8th house, you may experience a period of introspection, where you deeply analyze your own beliefs, fears, and past experiences. This can lead to significant inner transformation, making you more resilient and aware of life's deeper truths. However, this period can also make you feel isolated or withdrawn, as the 8th house is not a social one. Instead of engaging in outward expressions of authority and leadership, you may find yourself working behind the scenes, delving into research, and exploring the unknown areas of life. One of the primary effects of this transit is on your emotional well-being. The Sun in Pisces often brings heightened sensitivity, making you more receptive to subtle energies around you. This can be a time when suppressed emotions or traumas resurface, demanding healing and closure. Meditation, therapy, or spiritual practices can be particularly beneficial during this period. You may also be drawn toward esoteric subjects such as astrology, numerology, tarot reading, or mysticism, as the 8th house governs hidden knowledge and occult sciences. Financially, this period can bring both gains and losses, requiring careful handling of money matters. The 8th house rules shared resources, inheritances, taxes, debts, and financial obligations. Some Leo individuals may experience unexpected financial gains through inheritances, insurance claims, or windfalls, while others may face unexpected expenses, tax liabilities, or challenges in joint financial matters. It is advisable to avoid risky investments and speculative ventures, as the unpredictability of the 8th house can lead to instability. Reviewing financial plans and ensuring that your assets are well managed will help you navigate this phase effectively. Career-wise, this is a time when you may prefer working behind the scenes rather than taking focus. The Sun in the 8th house supports research, investigative work, and fields related to psychology, healing, and finance. If your work involves deep analysis, problem-solving, or dealing with confidential matters, you may find success. However, workplace politics or hidden enemies may also surface, requiring you to stay vigilant and avoid unnecessary conflicts. If you are engaged in government-related work, ensure that all documentation and procedures are followed meticulously, as any oversight may cause complications. In relationships, this transit can bring deep introspection about your connections with others. The 8th house governs intimacy, secrets, and deep bonds, meaning that your relationships may undergo significant changes. You may experience moments of emotional vulnerability, requiring open communication with your partner. Unresolved issues may come to light, demanding attention and resolution. If handled maturely, this period can strengthen your bond with your partner, leading to greater emotional depth and understanding. However, secrecy, trust issues, or power struggles could also emerge, making it important to maintain transparency and honesty in relationships. Health-wise, this transit demands extra care, especially regarding stress-related ailments and chronic conditions. The 8th house is associated with hidden illnesses, and with the sun's presence here, it is essential to pay attention to your physical and mental well-being. You may feel a temporary dip in energy levels, making it crucial to maintain a balanced lifestyle. Issues related to the heart, eyesight, or bones may require attention. Maintaining a nutritious diet and avoiding excessive stress will be beneficial. Saturn's presence in the 8th house after March 29th further intensifies the transformative energies at play. Saturn's influence here can bring long-term changes, making you more disciplined in handling life's uncertainties. However, it can also create delays and obstacles, requiring patience and perseverance. As Venus gets exalted in Pisces, there may be a silver lining. Venus energy in the 8th house can bring hidden support, financial opportunities, or deep emotional connections. This period may also encourage you to explore healing modalities, spiritual retreats, or practices that provide inner peace. With Rahu present in Pisces during this transit, there is an added layer of unpredictability. Rahu's influence can amplify both the positive and negative aspects of this transit. While it may create opportunities for financial gains, spiritual insights, or foreign connections, it can also lead to confusion, illusions, or unexpected challenges. Being cautious in financial matters and staying grounded in decision-making will help you navigate these influences wisely. The sun's aspect on the 2nd house of speech and wealth during this transit indicates that you will have an authoritative tone in your communication. However, there is a risk of being overly assertive or blunt, which may create misunderstandings or conflicts with family members and colleagues. Maintaining diplomacy and choosing words carefully will be essential in preserving harmony in relationships. This aspect can also bring financial focus, helping you gain better control over savings and investments. For students and those involved in academic pursuits, this transit may require extra effort in maintaining focus. The sun in the 8th house can create distractions or a tendency to overthink, affecting concentration. However, for those involved in research-oriented studies, this period can be highly rewarding. It is an excellent time for deep learning, uncovering hidden knowledge, and making significant discoveries. On a spiritual level, this transit serves as a period of profound self-discovery. The 8th house represents transformation, and with the sun illuminating this area, you are being called to embrace inner change. This is a time for letting go of past burdens, healing from old wounds, and stepping into a more empowered version of yourself. If you have been feeling stuck in life, this transit can help you break free from limiting patterns and embrace new perspectives. Exploring meditation, self-reflection, or seeking guidance from spiritual mentors can provide clarity and direction. Overall, the sun's transit in Pisces will be a period of deep transformation for Leo individuals. While challenges may arise, they will serve as catalysts for growth and personal evolution. This is a time to trust the process, embrace change, and focus on inner strength. By maintaining self-discipline, practicing patience, and staying open to new insights, you can navigate this phase with wisdom and resilience. The key to making the most of this transit lies in self-awareness, adaptability, and a willingness to explore the depths of your inner world. For Virgo, the sun's transit into Pisces activates the 7th house of partnerships, marriage, business dealings, and public interactions. The sun, ruling the 12th house of losses, foreign influences, and isolation, moves into this house, creating a dynamic shift in personal and professional relationships. This transit emphasizes the balance between self and others, bringing both opportunities and challenges in relational matters. The sun's placement in the compassionate and dreamy sign of Pisces urges you to reevaluate your connections, communication, and emotional depth in relationships. The 7th house represents marriage and committed partnerships, and with the sun positioned here, Virgo individuals may experience fluctuations in their personal lives. If you are married, there could be a phase of ego clashes, misunderstandings, or dominant tendencies between you and your spouse. The sun's inherent authoritative energy may make you more assertive, but it is essential to exercise patience and avoid unnecessary conflicts. Open and honest communication is the key to maintaining harmony during this period. Health concerns related to your spouse might arise, so paying extra attention to their well-being will be beneficial. For single Virgo individuals, this transit may bring encounters with individuals from foreign lands or distant places. The Sun's connection to the 12th house suggests that you may attract partners from a different cultural or spiritual background. There is also a chance of forming connections with individuals who have a strong influence in society, business, or leadership roles. While this period can be exciting for new romantic prospects, it is crucial to avoid idealizing relationships and to assess compatibility realistically. In the professional sphere, the Sun's transit through the 7th house highlights business partnerships and collaborations. This is a favorable time for those engaged in fields that require public dealings, consultancy, negotiation, and international trade. Entrepreneurs seeking foreign investors or international business expansion may find positive opportunities during this period. However, since the 12th house is associated with losses, business owners should be cautious about financial agreements, contracts, and partnerships. Legal matters may come to the forefront, requiring careful assessment before making any major commitments. Those working in multinational companies, export-import businesses, or sectors connected to foreign markets may witness progress and recognition. However, the presence of the Sun in Pisces also indicates that challenges may arise in terms of maintaining transparency and avoiding miscommunication. If you are involved in a partnership business, differences in opinions may emerge, leading to potential disagreements. Ensuring that all agreements are clear and well documented will be crucial in avoiding disputes during this period. Financially, the Sun's influence on the 7th house necessitates careful financial planning. The 12th Lord's transit in the 7th house can indicate increased expenditures, particularly on travel, foreign investments, or medical expenses related to a spouse or business partner. While opportunities for financial growth exist, particularly through foreign sources, it is advised to be vigilant in financial dealings and avoid impulsive investments. From a health perspective, the Sun's transit in Pisces highlights the need for self-care and stress management. Virgo individuals, being naturally analytical and detail-oriented, may feel overwhelmed by the emotional and intuitive energy of Pisces. This may lead to overthinking, anxiety, and restlessness. It is essential to find ways to balance mental and physical well-being. Maintaining a healthy diet and staying hydrated will be beneficial, as the Sun's placement in Pisces may cause digestive sensitivities. The planetary configurations during this period further enhance the impact of the Sun's transit. With Venus and Mercury also transiting Pisces, there is an added emphasis on diplomacy, charm, and effective communication in relationships. Venus exaltation in Pisces brings a touch of harmony and grace, making interactions more pleasant and emotionally fulfilling. However, Saturn's upcoming transit into Pisces on March 29th may introduce long-term lessons in commitment, discipline, and responsibility within partnerships. Understanding these influences can help Virgo individuals navigate their relationships with greater awareness and maturity. The Sun's aspect on the 1st house intensifies self-expression, confidence, and personal authority. This aspect can enhance leadership qualities, making you more assertive in personal and professional interactions. However, it is important to be mindful of appearing too dominating or egoistic. Practicing humility and active listening will help in maintaining positive connections with others. This aspect also boosts vitality and physical strength, making it a good time to focus on personal health and fitness routines. For professionals, this period brings recognition, but also challenges in workplace interactions. The Sun's energy enhances your ambition and decisiveness, making you more confident in taking charge of projects. However, its authoritative nature can sometimes create friction with colleagues and superiors. It is advised to handle workplace relationships tactfully, avoiding unnecessary confrontations. Diplomacy and strategic planning will be crucial in navigating workplace dynamics effectively. Business people should avoid initiating new partnerships or joint ventures without careful consideration. While the transit offers opportunities for expansion, there is also a risk of misunderstandings and financial losses. Those engaged in consultancy, advisory roles, or legal professions may see increased demand for their expertise, particularly in resolving disputes or negotiating agreements. Traveling for business purposes may be beneficial, but careful planning is necessary to avoid unforeseen complications. Personal life during this transit requires conscious effort to maintain peace and understanding. The Sun's influence can make relationships feel intense, requiring patience and emotional intelligence. Avoiding stubbornness and embracing flexibility will help in navigating differences smoothly. If facing challenges in marriage or partnerships, seeking guidance from a counselor or mediator can be beneficial. Overall, the Sun's transit in Pisces for Virgo Ascendant activates key themes of relationships, partnerships, and personal development. While this period brings opportunities for meaningful connections and professional growth, it also demands caution in financial matters and personal interactions. By embracing a balanced approach, practicing patience, and prioritizing effective communication, Virgo individuals can harness the positive aspects of this transit while mitigating its challenges. For Libra, The transit of the Sun into Pisces brings significant changes as it moves into their 6th house, a domain associated with service, competition, health, conflicts, and discipline. As the ruler of the 11th house, which governs social networks, ambitions, and gains, the Sun's shift into Pisces sets the stage for notable transformations in these areas. This transit highlights the delicate balance between aspirations and challenges, urging Libra individuals to focus on self-improvement, resolve lingering disputes, and pay close attention to their physical and mental well-being. One of the most significant aspects of this transit is its impact on work and daily responsibilities. The 6th house governs employment, routine tasks, and professional diligence, making this period an opportune time for Libra individuals to excel in their careers. Increased recognition and responsibilities may come your way, and if you have been working persistently, expect rewards in the form of promotions or new opportunities. However, workplace conflicts or competitive challenges could also arise. Enemies or rivals may become more visible, but with the Sun's strength, you have the upper hand in overcoming them. If you are involved in legal matters, the chances of a favorable outcome increase during this time. The presence of Rahu in Pisces adds a layer of complexity to this transit. Rahu's influence in the 6th house can bring hidden enemies, deceptive situations, or moments of self-doubt. It is crucial to stay vigilant against manipulation and avoid engaging in unnecessary disputes. At the same time, this planetary alignment can also make you more ambitious, driving you to achieve success through unconventional methods. While confidence is high, ensure that it does not turn into arrogance, as Rahu's illusionary nature can sometimes distort perceptions. This is a time to maintain clarity, keep your emotions in check, and avoid making impulsive decisions based on misleading information. Financially, this period demands careful planning. While the Sun's transit in Pisces can bring gains from past efforts, unexpected expenses related to health or legal matters might also arise. Medical bills, professional obligations, or debts need to be managed prudently. Avoid impulsive financial decisions, as the dreamy and idealistic energy of Pisces might tempt you into unwise expenditures or investments. If you have been struggling with debts, this transit offers a good chance to create strategies for repayment and financial stability. On the brighter side, financial rewards are likely if you have been consistently putting in the effort in your career or business. Health is another crucial area influenced by this transit. The Sun in the 6th house directs attention to physical fitness, lifestyle choices, and overall well-being. If you have been neglecting health concerns, this period acts as a wake-up call to adopt healthier habits. Issues related to digestion, inflammation, or stress may surface, urging you to take better care of yourself. Pisces' influence promotes holistic healing methods, so incorporating meditation, yoga, or alternative therapies could be beneficial. Avoid overexertion or taking on excessive stress, as the combination of the Sun and Rahu can lead to exhaustion or burnout. A well-balanced routine with proper rest, diet, and exercise will help you maintain energy levels. Relationships, particularly friendships and social connections, may undergo changes. The 11th house, which the Sun rules for Libra individuals, governs social circles, networking, and alliances. As it transits through the 6th house, some friendships may face turbulence, and hidden rivalries may come to light. Be mindful of whom you trust, as certain acquaintances may reveal their competitive nature or work against your interests. This transit also suggests that friends could become competitors in business or professional settings. However, if approached with wisdom, this period can also help you identify who truly supports you, allowing you to strengthen valuable relationships while distancing yourself from those who do not have your best interests at heart. For those in committed relationships, this transit fosters a sense of duty and responsibility towards your partner. While romantic energy might take a backseat, the focus will be on providing support, solving practical matters, and working through challenges together. If conflicts arise, approach them with patience and rationality rather than letting ego dominate interactions. Married couples may need to balance personal and professional obligations to ensure harmony at home. The Sun's presence in Pisces also enhances a sense of service and humanitarian inclination. You may feel drawn to helping others, whether through professional endeavors or voluntary activities. Acts of kindness and charity can bring deep fulfillment during this time. However, be mindful of setting boundaries, as excessive self-sacrifice could lead to exhaustion or people taking advantage of your goodwill. Students and those preparing for competitive exams can benefit from this transit, as the 6th house governs discipline and hard work. Success in studies, particularly in law, medicine, or administrative fields, is likely if dedication and focus are maintained. If you have been struggling with concentration or consistency, this transit offers an opportunity to refine study habits and improve performance. A significant event during this transit is the solar eclipse occurring in Pisces, which further intensifies the energies of this period. Eclipses often bring sudden changes, revelations, or shifts in perspective. For Libra individuals, this could manifest as unexpected developments in their career, financial matters, or health. The days surrounding the eclipse should be approached with caution, as decisions made impulsively may have long-term consequences. It is advisable to stay patient, avoid major commitments, and observe how events unfold before taking action. Overall, the Sun's transit in Pisces for Libra individuals brings a period of growth, challenges, and introspection. While professional success and victory over obstacles are possible, it is essential to navigate this time with patience, strategic planning, and self-discipline. Strengthening your health, managing finances wisely, and being cautious in social interactions will help you make the most of this transit. By balancing ambition with responsibility and maintaining clarity in decision-making, you can emerge stronger and more accomplished by the time the Sun moves into Aries. For Scorpio, the transit of the Sun into Pisces marks a significant period as it illuminates your 5th house. As the ruler of the 10th house, the Sun represents career, status, authority, and professional aspirations, and its movement into the 5th house brings a dynamic shift in focus towards creativity, education, romance, and speculative pursuits. This transit can be seen as a period of transformation, where professional growth is intertwined with personal expression and intellectual expansion. The 5th house governs intelligence, creativity, self-expression, and progeny. With the Sun's presence here, you may find yourself drawn to artistic endeavors, educational pursuits, or speculative investments. This is an excellent period for those involved in creative fields, such as writing, filmmaking, performing arts, and design, as inspiration flows more freely. If you are engaged in the stock market, trading, or other high-risk ventures, tread cautiously due to Rahu's simultaneous influence in Pisces, which may create illusions or misleading opportunities. The Sun's strong presence, however, can bring clarity and confidence, allowing you to make strategic decisions that align with your long-term aspirations. In professional life, this transit carries mixed effects. As the 10th Lord moves into the 5th house, you may experience shifts in your career path. You might face sudden job losses or receive unexpected promotions or job offers. The movement of the 10th Lord to the 8th house from itself indicates sudden and transformative career changes, often unforeseen but ultimately beneficial in the long run. If you are an entrepreneur, you may feel more inclined to take calculated risks, leading to growth in business ventures. If the dasha is favorable, this period may bring recognition, accolades, and increased authority at the workplace. Romantic relationships will be under the spotlight during this transit. The Sun's presence in the house of love and passion infuses warmth and intensity into your romantic affairs. If you are already in a relationship, you may experience deeper emotional bonds but should also be wary of ego clashes, as the Sun's energy can make you more assertive or domineering. Miscommunication, fueled by Rahu's presence, may lead to misunderstandings, so approach your relationships with patience and transparency. If you are single, this transit may bring exciting romantic prospects, often in creative or intellectual settings. However, the dreamy nature of Pisces might lead to idealizing potential partners, so it is important to maintain a realistic perspective. For students and those engaged in academic pursuits, this transit can be a period of heightened focus and intellectual expansion. The Sun in the 5th house enhances concentration, making it an excellent time for competitive exams, higher studies, and creative learning. However, distractions and restlessness may arise due to Rahu's influence, making it crucial for you to stay disciplined and committed to your studies. If you are pursuing education in the arts, philosophy, or spiritual studies, you may find this time particularly enriching. Parental responsibilities and relationships with children will also come to the forefront. As a parent, you may find yourself more invested in your children's education and overall well-being. However, conflicts may arise due to differences in opinions or heightened expectations. Children may exhibit a more independent or rebellious streak, requiring a balanced approach in handling their needs and aspirations. If you are planning to conceive, this period can be favorable, although consulting an astrologer for individual planetary alignments is recommended. Financially, this transit offers opportunities for gains through speculative ventures, investments, and creative endeavors. Networking with authoritative figures and aligning with government or administrative projects may prove beneficial. If you are an entrepreneur, you may attract new investors or business partnerships that help expand your ventures. The upcoming solar eclipse in Pisces further amplifies the transformative energy of this period. Eclipses often bring sudden shifts and revelations, and for you, this may manifest in your creative projects, love life, or personal passions. The days surrounding the eclipse should be approached with caution, as unpredictable events may unfold. It is advisable to avoid making major decisions during this time and instead focus on introspection and planning for future endeavors. Health-wise, you should be mindful of stress and mental exhaustion, as the 5th house governs the mind. Overworking or excessive engagement in speculative activities may lead to anxiety or sleep disturbances. Stomach and digestion-related issues could also surface, so maintaining a balanced diet and avoiding excessive indulgence in rich or fried foods is crucial. One of the key aspects of this transit is the Sun-Rahu conjunction, which can bring both opportunities and challenges. While this combination boosts your confidence and the ability to take bold steps, it can also lead to illusions and misjudgments. If you are involved in politics, media, or public roles, you may experience increased recognition and influence, but remain vigilant of hidden enemies or deceptive alliances. Past relationships or unresolved matters from the past may resurface, requiring careful handling. The aspect of the Sun on the 11th house highlights gains from social circles and influential people. You may find yourself connecting with mentors, authority figures, or like-minded individuals who contribute to your success. Building strong networks during this period can prove beneficial for long-term career and financial growth. If you are working in government sectors, administration, or leadership roles, you may witness favorable developments and career advancements. If you are seeking a career change or new job opportunities, this transit may bring unexpected shifts. You may experience job losses, only to find better and more fulfilling opportunities soon after. This period calls for adaptability and a positive mindset, as changes occurring now are likely paving the way for long-term success. If you are a business owner, focus on innovation and creative marketing strategies, as these will attract greater visibility and customer engagement. The Sun's presence in Pisces encourages introspection and self-discovery. You may feel drawn toward philosophical or esoteric subjects, seeking deeper meaning in life. This is an excellent time for meditation, spiritual retreats, or engaging in practices that enhance self-awareness. The 5th house is also associated with past life karma, and certain unresolved issues may come to the surface, urging you to confront and heal them. Overall, the Sun's transit in Pisces brings a period of transformation, creativity, and new opportunities for you as a Scorpio. While challenges may arise, particularly in career and relationships, this transit ultimately serves as a catalyst for growth and self-improvement. By harnessing the energy of this period with wisdom and discernment, you can navigate through changes with confidence and emerge stronger in both personal and professional spheres. For Sagittarius, the Sun's transit into Pisces activates your 4th house, drawing your focus toward home, emotions, family life, and inner security. The 4th house, which governs comfort, your mother, property, and mental peace, undergoes a transformation as the Sun's radiant energy compels you to prioritize domestic matters and emotional well-being. The Sun, as the ruler of the 9th house of higher wisdom, fortune, and spirituality, moving into the 4th house suggests that you may find joy and purpose in your personal and home environment during this time. It can indicate a period where philosophical and spiritual beliefs shape your understanding of home and family, allowing you to create a more peaceful and harmonious domestic life. You may seek knowledge or wisdom that helps you create emotional security. This period can also be favorable for engaging in religious rituals, spiritual practices, or even making pilgrimages that bring inner peace. The connection between the 9th and 4th houses suggests that a long-distance journey or a move to a foreign place may be on the horizon, either for spiritual growth or personal satisfaction. Family matters take focus during this period. You may feel a greater need to be with loved ones and ensure their well-being. Auspicious events within the household, such as celebrations, reunions, or religious functions, are possible. However, the Sun's placement here can also bring forth ego clashes, particularly with parental figures, especially the mother. If there have been unresolved conflicts, they may resurface now, urging you to address them with maturity and understanding. Since Pisces is a water sign ruled by Jupiter, emotional depth is heightened, and it is essential to handle familial matters with patience and empathy rather than dominance or control. Pisces' dreamy and intuitive nature may encourage introspection, leading you to reflect on childhood memories and past experiences. This transit is excellent for emotional healing, allowing you to let go of past baggage and nurture a more positive mindset. However, excessive dwelling on the past may cause unnecessary emotional distress. It is crucial to balance nostalgia with practicality, ensuring that you remain focused on present responsibilities rather than being lost in memories. From a career standpoint, the Sun's aspect on the 10th house of profession brings opportunities for professional growth and recognition. This aspect enhances leadership qualities, making it a favorable period for those seeking promotions, government-related work, or roles of authority. If you are employed in the government sector, you may receive positive news regarding career advancements. Those searching for new job opportunities may find promising prospects, while business owners should remain cautious when dealing with property or land-related investments. This period is also favorable for individuals aspiring to enter politics or government affairs, as the Sun's strength in the 10th house boosts public recognition and influence. Despite the professional advantages, workload and responsibilities may increase, leading to stress and pressure. Finding a balance between work and personal life is essential, as neglecting family matters in pursuit of career success may create tensions at home. The Sun's transit in the 4th house calls for an equilibrium between professional aspirations and emotional well-being. This transit also involves the conjunction of the Sun with Rahu, which can bring unexpected and intense situations, particularly in domestic and emotional matters. Rahu's influence amplifies the Sun's energy, potentially creating confusion, conflicts, or exaggerated ambitions. There may be moments of unpredictability, especially regarding home and property-related matters. Be cautious when making decisions related to real estate, as illusions or misinformation could cloud your judgment. This conjunction can lead to impulsive actions, particularly in family discussions, making it crucial to practice patience and rationality before reacting. The health of elderly family members, especially the mother, may require attention during this time. If she has pre-existing conditions related to blood pressure, cholesterol, or heart issues, extra care should be taken. Mental stress, emotional fluctuations, or restlessness may affect you during this transit. Since the Sun governs vitality, it is essential to focus on a disciplined lifestyle, ensuring proper sleep, a healthy diet, and stress management techniques. Financially, this transit may bring both opportunities and cautionary signals. The 4th house, being connected to property, assets, and investments, may prompt you to consider real estate purchases or renovations. However, given the Sun's conjunction with Rahu, sudden financial fluctuations or unexpected expenses may arise. Be mindful of speculative investments, as market instability could lead to unfavorable outcomes. While there is a possibility of unexpected financial gains, such as inheritance or lottery winnings, it is best to exercise financial prudence. With the Sun moving closer to Saturn as this transit progresses, a sense of responsibility and discipline will emerge, especially regarding family matters and emotional stability. You may feel a greater need to take charge of your household affairs, ensuring that everything runs smoothly. However, Saturn's restrictive influence may also bring feelings of burden or emotional heaviness, making it essential to strike a balance between duty and self-care. This phase encourages structured efforts in handling family responsibilities and personal growth, pushing you to make mature and practical decisions. For Sagittarius individuals involved in academia, research, or spiritual studies, this transit can be particularly beneficial. Since the Sun is the natural significator of higher learning, its transit through Pisces may enhance your interest in ancient scriptures, astrology, philosophy, or esoteric subjects. If you have been contemplating enrolling in a spiritual course or undertaking higher studies, this period supports such endeavors. It is also a favorable time for those in creative fields, as the Piscean influence can enhance imagination and artistic expression. Overall, the Sun's transit through Pisces in the 4th house is a period of introspection, emotional depth, and domestic focus. While it fosters family bonding, spiritual inclinations, and career growth, it also demands patience in handling ego clashes and emotional sensitivities. This is a time to balance personal aspirations with family obligations while focusing on emotional healing and inner peace. By embracing the lessons of this transit, Sagittarius individuals can navigate this period with wisdom, resilience, and a renewed sense of harmony in both personal and professional life. For Capricorn, the transit of the Sun in Pisces activates the 3rd house. The 3rd house governs communication, courage, siblings, short-distance travel, and intellectual pursuits. Since the Sun rules the 8th house for Capricorn, its movement into the 3rd house brings a blend of transformation, challenges, and unexpected changes that impact your mindset, interpersonal relationships, and career prospects. During this period, you may feel a surge in confidence and assertiveness. The Sun's presence in Pisces enhances your ability to articulate thoughts, but it may also create misunderstandings, as the 8th house influence brings an intensity to your speech. You may feel compelled to speak your mind, but others might perceive your words as overly direct or even harsh. It's crucial to be mindful of your tone and ensure that your communication is clear, compassionate, and constructive. If handled well, this transit can improve your ability to persuade and influence others, making it a favorable time for public speaking, negotiations, and networking. Your relationship with siblings and close relatives may become a focal point during this transit. The Sun's influence can illuminate hidden dynamics, bringing both clarity and potential conflicts. There may be power struggles or sudden shifts in these relationships, especially if unresolved issues come to the surface. If your siblings or close friends face challenges, they may require your support. It is advisable to approach these situations with patience and understanding rather than reacting impulsively. The presence of the Sun in Pisces also fuels intellectual pursuits. You may develop a strong interest in learning new skills, especially in areas related to research, psychology, occult sciences, or philosophy. Enrolling in courses, attending workshops, or engaging in deep study can be beneficial. Your curiosity and analytical abilities will be heightened, making this an excellent time to dive into subjects that require deep thinking and contemplation. Short-distance travel is another theme of this transit. You may embark on spontaneous trips that bring both learning opportunities and personal growth. However, since the 8th Lord is influencing this house, it is advisable to be cautious while traveling, as unexpected obstacles or delays may arise. Double-check your travel plans, ensure proper documentation, and avoid reckless driving or risky adventures. Career-wise, the Sun's transit through the 3rd house encourages ambition and perseverance. This is a period where you might take calculated risks to advance professionally. If you are in fields related to media, communication, journalism, writing, or marketing, this transit can bring recognition and new opportunities. However, since the Sun is the 8th Lord, sudden disruptions in professional relationships or projects are possible. Power struggles with colleagues or authority figures may emerge, requiring a strategic and diplomatic approach. For business owners, this transit may bring unexpected yet favorable developments. There could be new collaborations, business deals, or projects that require you to step out of your comfort zone. It is essential to stay flexible and adapt to changing circumstances. Those involved in speculative businesses such as stock trading or investments should exercise caution, as the Sun's influence can bring both sudden gains and losses. It is advisable to conduct thorough research before making any financial commitments. The Sun's aspect on the 9th house highlights themes related to higher education, spirituality, and long-distance travel. This influence may inspire a deeper interest in philosophical or religious studies. You might find yourself questioning existing belief systems or seeking new perspectives. If you are planning to pursue higher education, apply for visas, or travel abroad, this period may bring important developments. However, with the Sun's connection to the 8th house, delays or sudden changes may occur, requiring patience and persistence. Health-wise, this transit requires caution. The Sun's position in the 3rd house, combined with its 8th house rulership, can make you prone to stress-related issues, respiratory concerns, or problems with the arms and shoulders. If you engage in activities that require excessive screen time or typing, take breaks to prevent strain. Since the Sun aspect the 9th house, health concerns related to your father or fatherly figures may arise. Regular checkups and preventive care are advised for them. The conjunction of the Sun with Rahu in the 3rd house intensifies the transformative effects of this transit. Rahu's influence amplifies ambition, making you eager to achieve success. However, it also brings unpredictability, leading to impulsive decisions or conflicts. On the positive side, this conjunction can provide the drive needed to take bold steps in your career, personal life, or creative endeavors. On the negative side, it may trigger misunderstandings, manipulation, or power struggles in relationships. Practicing mindfulness and avoiding aggressive tactics will help navigate this period more smoothly. As the Sun progresses through Pisces, its conjunction with Saturn adds another layer of complexity. This alignment brings discipline and responsibility, but also highlights challenges that require patience and resilience. You may face delays, restrictions, or added responsibilities in both personal and professional matters. It is crucial to remain committed to long-term goals and not get discouraged by temporary setbacks. The lessons learned during this phase will strengthen your character and prepare you for future successes. Financially, this transit brings mixed results. While opportunities for gains exist, especially through communication-related work, business dealings, or intellectual pursuits, there is also a risk of unforeseen expenses. Medical expenses, repairs, or sudden investments may arise. It is advisable to plan finances wisely and maintain a buffer for unexpected costs. If you are involved in joint ventures or financial partnerships, exercise caution and transparency to avoid conflicts. For students, this is a favorable period for learning, competitive exams, and skill development. If you are preparing for higher studies or aiming for scholarships, your efforts may yield positive results. However, distractions and fluctuating focus could be an issue due to Pisces' dreamy influence. Setting clear goals and maintaining discipline will help maximize success during this transit. On the personal front, this period encourages self-reflection and growth. You may experience shifts in your perspective on relationships, goals, and aspirations. Introspective activities such as meditation, journaling, or spiritual practices can be beneficial. If you have been contemplating making changes in your life, this transit provides the necessary courage and determination to take decisive action. Overall, the Sun's transit in Pisces is a period of transformation, learning, and courage for Capricorn individuals. It enhances communication skills, intellectual pursuits, and career ambitions while also bringing challenges in relationships, health, and financial matters. By maintaining clarity, patience, and adaptability, you can make the most of this transit and emerge stronger, wiser, and more confident in your path ahead. For Aquarius, as the Sun transits into Pisces, it moves into the second house. The second house governs wealth, speech, family values, accumulated resources, and financial stability. For Aquarius individuals, the Sun rules the seventh house, which represents partnerships, business dealings, marriage, and public interactions. This transit signifies a crucial period where financial matters, relationships, and self-expression will take focus. Financially, this period can bring significant gains, especially for those involved in business partnerships or entrepreneurial ventures. Since the seventh house ruler is moving into the second house, it suggests that financial growth will come through business collaborations, investments, or even spousal earnings. If you have been considering financial partnerships, this is a favorable time to explore new opportunities. However, it is equally important to exercise caution while lending money to friends or close acquaintances, as there is a risk of financial loss. Mismanagement of resources could lead to unnecessary strain, so prudent financial planning is advised. The presence of multiple planetary influences in the second house makes this transit even more impactful. Along with the Sun, Mercury, Venus, and Rahu will also be transiting Pisces. Venus, being exalted in Pisces, enhances the ability to attract wealth and improve financial conditions. However, Rahu's presence introduces unpredictability, meaning that while financial gains are likely, they may come with sudden fluctuations or unplanned expenses. Strategic investments and careful decision-making will be necessary to maintain stability. In terms of speech and communication, the Sun's placement in Pisces can bring about a more authoritative tone. Aquarius individuals might find themselves speaking with increased confidence, which can be beneficial for professional settings. However, the Sun's energy combined with Rahu can sometimes lead to misunderstandings or arguments, particularly within the family. Being mindful of how you express your opinions will be key to maintaining harmony in personal relationships. Avoid harsh or commanding speech, as it may create unnecessary conflicts with loved ones. On the personal front, this transit may bring significant changes in family dynamics. The second house represents family and lineage, and with the Sun here, there may be increased responsibilities toward family members. If you are married, your spouse might play a crucial role in financial matters, or their support could contribute positively to your financial stability. Those who are unmarried might experience discussions about arranged marriages, as the Sun's influence in the second house indicates an addition to the family through marriage. For individuals engaged in business, this transit can bring profitable ventures, particularly through joint efforts. If you have been working on partnerships or collaborations, this is a favorable time to see the fruits of your labor. It is also an excellent time to withdraw profits from past investments, as financial gains from partnerships are indicated. Government employees seeking transfers or a shift closer to home may find positive outcomes during this period. Saturn, the ruler of Aquarius, will also be making a significant move, entering Pisces on March 29th. Saturn's presence in the second house from this date onward will further emphasize financial discipline and long-term planning. It will create opportunities for stable income growth, but it will also demand patience and perseverance. The combination of the Sun, Saturn, Venus, and Rahu in the second house suggests a transformational period where financial and familial matters require careful handling. Health-wise, the Sun's transit in Pisces may bring issues related to the throat, eyes, and digestion. Since the second house rules the throat and vocal cords, Aquarius natives should be cautious of throat infections, voice strain, or other minor ailments. Dietary habits will come under focus, and excessive consumption of junk or spicy food may lead to acidity or digestive discomfort. It is advisable to maintain a balanced diet and avoid overindulgence in unhealthy eating habits. Students will find this period highly beneficial for academic success. The Sun's placement in the second house, along with Mercury and Venus, enhances cognitive abilities, making it easier to grasp and understand complex subjects. This transit particularly favors students pursuing higher education, research, or fields related to finance and communication. Those seeking foreign education opportunities might receive positive news, as the Sun's presence supports international connections. Another important aspect of this transit is the Sun's direct aspect on the 8th house. The 8th house represents sudden transformations, hidden knowledge, and occult sciences. Aquarius natives with an interest in astrology, mysticism, or research-related fields may find themselves more drawn to these subjects during this time. The Sun's influence here can also indicate unexpected financial gains, such as inheritance, insurance claims, or government-related benefits. However, the presence of the Sun also demands caution in handling hidden matters, as secrecy or lack of transparency in financial dealings could lead to complications. The conjunction of the Sun with Rahu in the second house is another significant influence to consider. Rahu, known for its unpredictable nature, can cause fluctuations in finances and create a sense of restlessness. On the positive side, this combination can lead to powerful insights about one's financial goals and personal values. However, it may also cause impulsive decisions regarding money and speech. Controlling anger and maintaining a composed attitude will help navigate this period smoothly. For those in politics or leadership roles, this transit can be a turning point. The Sun's energy in Pisces, supported by Rahu, can amplify one's ability to influence the masses. However, caution is needed, as miscommunication or aggressive rhetoric can backfire. Those involved in public speaking professions or media-related fields may experience increased recognition, but it is crucial to maintain integrity in all dealings. Regarding family life, this transit may bring both positive and challenging moments. While financial stability can strengthen familial bonds, there is also the possibility of misunderstandings due to the authoritative nature of the Sun. Heated arguments regarding financial matters or family decisions may arise, so patience and diplomacy are essential. Practicing mindfulness in conversations and being receptive to others' viewpoints will help maintain peace at home. Overall, the Sun's transit in Pisces presents a period of financial growth, enhanced communication, and personal transformation for Aquarius individuals. While this transit offers opportunities for wealth accumulation and career advancements, it also demands careful handling of relationships and financial matters. By balancing ambition with practicality, maintaining harmony in speech, and embracing strategic financial planning, Aquarius natives can make the most of this transit's powerful energy. For Pisces natives, as the Sun transits into Pisces, it enters your first house. This movement holds significant astrological implications, particularly as the Sun rules your sixth house, governing matters related to health, debts, enemies, and litigation. When the sixth lord enters your first house, it naturally brings these themes into the forefront of your life, compelling you to face challenges head-on, whether you desire to or not. Your first house is a crucial part of the horoscope, representing the self, identity, personality, physical health, and general outlook on life. The presence of the Sun in this house enhances your self-expression and visibility, making you more assertive and determined. However, because the Sun is the ruler of your sixth house, its transit can bring both opportunities and difficulties. The positive aspects of this transit include an increase in self-confidence, determination, and the ability to confront long-standing obstacles. On the downside, issues related to health, conflicts, and financial burdens may arise, requiring careful navigation. One of the primary concerns during this transit is your health, since the sixth house governs diseases and ailments, and the first house represents your physical body. There may be an increased likelihood of health issues surfacing. You should pay close attention to your well-being, adopting preventive health measures such as maintaining a balanced diet, engaging in regular exercise, and avoiding unnecessary stress. Skin problems, digestive issues, or fatigue may manifest during this period, and it would be wise to address any minor health concerns before they escalate. Another critical area affected by this transit is your finances. The Sun, as the lord of the sixth house, moving into your first house may indicate a period where you find yourself needing to borrow money or manage outstanding debts. This could be due to increased expenditures, unexpected financial burdens, or investments that require immediate funding. While this transit may offer an opportunity to secure loans or financial assistance, it is crucial to ensure that borrowing is done responsibly and that financial decisions are made with long-term stability in mind. Professionally, this transit can bring mixed results. The Sun in your first house grants you a strong presence and a commanding persona, which can be beneficial in career and business matters. If you are unemployed, you may find new job opportunities during this time, especially in industries related to healthcare, government services, or legal affairs. However, workplace conflicts and power struggles may also arise. Colleagues or subordinates might challenge your authority, and hidden enemies could attempt to create difficulties. It is essential to remain diplomatic and avoid unnecessary confrontations. If you are involved in any legal disputes, this period could bring developments in such matters, either through progress in court cases or new legal challenges that must be addressed. The Sun's aspect on your seventh house, which represents relationships and partnerships, can have implications for marriage and business collaborations. The increased focus on self and personal achievements might make you appear more self-centered or dominant, leading to friction in marital relationships. Issues of control and ego may arise, necessitating conscious efforts to maintain harmony and understanding with your spouse. If you are in a business partnership, be particularly mindful of maintaining clear communication and ensuring that misunderstandings do not escalate into major disputes. An interesting aspect of this transit is the presence of multiple planets in Pisces, making your first house exceptionally active. Alongside the Sun, Mercury, Venus, and Rahu contribute their energies, creating a complex dynamic. Venus, being exalted in Pisces, adds a touch of charm, creativity, and diplomacy, potentially softening the harsher effects of the Sun's transit. This can provide you with the ability to navigate challenges with grace and maintain a positive public image. However, the presence of Rahu in your first house introduces an element of unpredictability, making it necessary to remain vigilant against deception, confusion, or manipulative influences from others. If you are in a leadership position or a public role, this transit can enhance your visibility and recognition. The Sun's energy bestows authority and the ability to command respect, making it an excellent time for taking on new responsibilities and asserting your presence in professional circles. Political figures or individuals involved in public service may receive increased support from their followers, and their influence may grow. However, you should also be wary of opposition or hidden adversaries attempting to undermine your efforts. Personal growth and self-improvement are also key themes during this transit. With the Sun illuminating your first house, you are encouraged to focus on self-development, refining your skills, and working toward your long-term aspirations. This is a period to embrace confidence and take bold steps toward personal and professional goals. While challenges may arise, they serve as catalysts for growth, pushing you to cultivate resilience and determination. Travel and exploration may also play a role during this period. The influence of multiple planets in Pisces, combined with the Sun's strong presence, can spark a desire for new experiences, whether through travel, learning, or engaging in spiritual practices. You may feel drawn to distant lands or cultural experiences that broaden your horizons. This can be an excellent time for personal retreats, spiritual growth, or pursuing higher knowledge. However, caution is advised regarding impulsive decisions, particularly in financial and legal matters. The influence of Rahu can sometimes lead to overconfidence or misguided choices, so it is essential to analyze situations carefully before taking action. Seeking advice from trusted mentors or professionals can be beneficial in ensuring that your decisions are well-informed and strategic. Overall, the Sun's transit through Pisces for you is a period of heightened self-awareness, personal challenges, and opportunities for growth. While the transit brings a strong sense of purpose and determination, it also requires careful management of health, finances, and relationships. By embracing the positive aspects of this transit, such as increased confidence and leadership abilities, while mitigating the potential difficulties, you can navigate this period successfully and emerge stronger and more focused on your goals. Maintaining balance, exercising caution in financial and legal matters, and nurturing personal relationships will be key to making the most of this transit. As we conclude this episode, please remember that these insights are based on Sidereal or Vedic Astrology, which accounts for the approximately 24-degree difference from the tropical zodiac. Individual predictions may vary, as every birth chart is unique. The influence of dasha periods and natal planetary placements can shape transits differently, both positively and negatively. It's essential to consider your own birth chart when applying these general predictions to your personal circumstances. If you'd like personalized predictions or have questions about your astrological chart, feel free to reach out to us. Stay tuned for more astrological updates. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up, share it with others, and subscribe to our channel for more insightful astrology content. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. Thank you for joining us. We look forward to sharing more astrological wisdom with you in the future. Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep shining bright.